Hey writers, Lee Jessup here, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters, as well as business of screenwriting professor with the David Lynch grad program for cinematic studies. We often hear representatives, producers talk about character-driven material. I know I've talked before about writing proactive protagonists, but we're seeing, especially reps, but also producers, trend more and more towards this idea of character-driven storytelling. What do they mean when they say that? I think it's really important to break down and understand what we are talking about when we talk about character-driven storytelling is stories that are rooted in the needs of the character. So the character is driving the story rather than the writer is driving the story and the character is doing the things that the writer wanted them to do. For character-driven storytelling, we need to create characters whose choices become earned on the page as they drive the story forward. And the story and plot evolves from the next logical step for those characters to take towards a specific goal that they are pushing towards. We are talking about stories that are rooted in deep character journeys, but that also possess an external goal for said characters, where those characters are able to effectively drive the story from their goal, whatever we call it, whether it's an active pursuit, in the words of the great Jen Grisanti, a goal, if we look back at True Romance, Elliot, your goal is not to die, or any other word that you use it. But ultimately, we look to set up that goal at the end of the first act based on everything that we've established and the choices and decisions made by our protagonist in the first act. And that goal is going to be driven by the protagonist, or driven towards by our protagonist through Act 2 and into its conclusion in Act 3. Now, ultimately, a goal can be met when a protagonist meets that goal. They can also reverse that goal. They can also fail to meet that goal and ultimately learn something from that, or learn that they no longer want that goal that they were seeking to accomplish for themselves. But their choices have to come from the pursuit of the goal and often the stakes that are associated with accomplishing that goal or not accomplishing that goal. Easier said than done, I know, but I think it's really important to understand what we are talking about when we talk about character-driven material for both TV and features, in which characters are driving the story. A character journey is going to be both external and internal. So the external journey is going to be driving towards that external goal. The internal journey is going to be what our protagonist learns, whether we talk about it as going from living in fear to living courageously, resolving a wound, whatever it is that they are doing emotionally, whatever they're experiencing, whatever those experiences inspire in their emotional evolution through the life of that movie or TV show. Just wanted to shed some light on it for you guys. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, as always, subscribe for more, and hopefully we'll connect soon.